Hey guys, welcome to part 2, the conclusion of this roof house wash and ground wash of this beautiful house up in Roseville Chase. This is what we were faced with. Big shout out goes to Bell Property in Linfield. Jeff Dean, one of the top guys up there, you're a property expert for that area, that whole peninsula. Now this is what we had when we came back after the pre-treatment. So major improvement. That process is really biting, really cutting in, starting to really work. However, it did need a little wee more. It needed just a little bit more to keep the momentum going, keep the process moving. So this is a bit of a dusting with a slightly different solution, a more sticky solution, where this will actually cling and stick into all the pores and all the crevices of the tiles. So a quick lap of the house, got a dusting off just to keep that momentum going whilst we cracked on and did other bits of the house wash, the ground wash, which is coming up very shortly. This is something I see quite a bit on loads of other videos, guys coming in pressure washing or soft washing and they're just whacking the building. Black tip. You don't need anything more than that, man. It's ridiculous trying to clean it and put some solution on it at the same time. It's ridiculous. And I see a lot of people going straight up here doing all that. You're walking along the building, because what you get is you get that run. See that run? You go around there, you go around the corner, you forget where you've been, or you just get sidetracked by doing that little section in there. That's sat there all the time. And if your paint or render is weak, it's got to leave a mark. Always from the bottom up. So you let everything run from the bottom. Doesn't matter what you do up there now, you've painted it on. Right? From the bottom up, always. None of this, I start up here and give it all that, and then turn around, scratch a bum, scratch your ass. Before you know it, you've got streaks running everywhere. Start from the bottom, you do your grids. Bottom, and this is all the pressure you need, you don't need anything else. Down, then you come up. Now sit. Take another section. So now we come on to the rinsing stage. So the water temperature here has been increased from the boiler on the truck to about 50 odd degrees. We can obviously go higher if we need to, but 50 degrees for this building is probably about right. see a couple of bits there that might need a tiny bit more soap at a later stage. We'll get around to that. But again, hot water, fresh, clean, great for glass, because you're basically you're boiling the water to a degree. You're taking out all the crap within the water, so that will leave the water and the glass sort of spot free. That's the theory. As well as great punching power and dirt and grease and grime, it leaves your glass spot free. So again, just working them sides. Now with the rinse you can go top to bottom. With the soap you go bottom to top. With the rinse you can go top to bottom. You can go any way you want, but you're just taking it all off. You see how clear that glass is? No water spots. And in the sun that will just dry crystal clear. Now there was a rabbit in there that I tried to get a look at, but I couldn't see it. He went into his hutch. Now for the clean off. That solution's been on there for a while, loosening everything up for us, and we've come back to give it a wash off. Now I could have used a 12-inch rotary surface cleaner, and that would have been fine, ish. But we've gone with a 0.65 turbo head, and although that may seem aggressive, what you can see is we're keeping a distance off the stone. We're moving it quite freely, although this video is speeded up, but it's doing exactly what we want it to do. It's taking off that loosened top layer of grime, dirt, mold, etc, etc. But we're not making a significant impact on the stone. We're not scarring the stone. We're not impacting or making imprints on the stone. So it's doing exactly what we want it to do. Freshen, brighten, cleaning the surface, but not scarring or impacting the sandstone. So looking pretty good, making good progress, and it's coming up well. And here's one we did earlier. This is one at the front by the driveway, and this is what you've just seen just a moment ago. The results of that courtyard clean. Looks pretty bright, fresh, punchy. Looks great. That's after the soft wash. All these timbers and bits were just caked in mold and grime and mildew, spiders' webs, the whole lot. Now clean, punchy, fresh, looking a business. A part of what we were going to do is, I said to her, well, she said, what can you do with the driveway? And I said, we'll do what we can. So we gave it a bit of a dust off, took some of the surface stuff off, but we can't go too deep. So I effectively soft washed this as best I could. The danger is I don't want to dig up and cause more chaos and cause more harm and more muck than I'm actually trying to take away. So a bit of a dust off, a couple of layers of anti-fungicide solution, a bit of all that kind of jazz, and let it sit and let the weather do the rest of it. Now it has brightened up somewhat, but it's not. You can't put a rotary on that. You can't put a turbo head on it. Even a flat blade, a fan nozzle is just going to kick up. And this is unsealed. Look. You're just going to get rivers of muck flowing all the way down there. That's not part of the game. That's not what we want. We don't want to cause more bloody harm than what we're trying to, So a light dusting and a little bit of spray on it. And that's as most as that can get. And here's a lady of the house home now. She's gonna run me over. Oh no, it's not, it's the sun. Fair enough. It's a grand old house. Grand old house. That's a fair difference, isn't it? Changed the house completely. House wash done. These decks here. Another one over there. One at the front. The little courtyard we saw at the back. It just changes the roof completely. A couple of small bits still up there. The solution will still be working on them, you know. It's not an overnight process. This solution is designed to be up there for a period of time. So see how it's all white? That stuff's gone. It's no longer active. You know, a bit of rain right now at the moment, but it's hardly a drizzle. One good heavy shower now, and it'll just flick any little bits of white remnants off that roof. You know, that's what we want. We're not pressure washing them anymore directly, so you don't get that instant chalk and cheese effect. But another couple of days of this solution up here, 1 or 2 heavy showers, beautiful. I mean, that's a difference, isn't it? Skylights, well, I think there's about 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, there's one over the back as well, caked in lichen. You could barely see out of them. Crystal clear now. She was delighted with that. Obviously just part of it. You're going to hit the tiles, you're going to hit the skylights, the glass. But beautiful. See that bit there? Don't hide anything. That's still got a little bit more work to go, but another day or two. Bit of sun, a couple of showers. That's just going to flick off. Got no doubt in my mind about that. So, but what a difference from what it was. Now I can't see. Look, you can see the neighbour's house. That's what it was 5 days ago. All over. There you go. And without stepping a single foot on any of the tiles. All from a distance, all from ground level. Just helps spin a good shot, I suppose. Yeah. It really does transform the house, you know. Completely changes the whole aspect of the house. Don't forget, these people are selling. They're going to be selling, and I think they're staying local. I'm not sure, but they're staying local. From what she said, so you spent a few quid getting the roof done. You spent a few quid getting a house wash done. Done a few bits to the patios and the driveway. So you spent a bit of time in here, freshen things up. They've had painters in, but painting's painting. That's, you know, freshen the house up inside, get that. But from a curbside appeal to a lovely property like this, that change from what it was, I could charge, say, 10, whatever, as an example, total random number. Say I charge 10 grand to do what I just did. I'm gonna say, just by the change of that appearance, the change of the house, but more the roof, really more the roof, you probably added 60, 70. Now if it gets into a bidding war, it's just another thing that the new owner, well, it looks the business, I want it, looks clean, looks fresh, I'm having it. The hand goes up, the hand goes up again. You know, could be 20 grand a time, 10 grand a time. Bloody auctioneers in this part of Sydney they're flipping good at their trade. They get the bids going before you know it. You've got the new street record, you know, it's ridiculous. But and when the photo people come in next week, they're going to bring the stylists in. They really do know how to make these houses ping. And fair play to Jeff Dean up at Linfield, Bell Property at Linfield. He's been doing this a long time. He knows the game, and that's why we do so much work for him, because he knows what it's all about. Now that's that one. I'll be chatting to Jeff at Bell Linfield. Be quite interested to know how this one gets on, but the stylists, as they call them, are coming in next week with their own idea, their plan. You know, they've always got a theme, haven't they? So they're coming in next week to style the house, and then before you know it, it'll be on the internet. And I imagine it'll be an auction of some kind. But just that bit of curb appeal, that change from, oh, so I'll give you one last look at what you could have got. I don't know if you can see it. That's what you could have got. That kind of roof up there. You know, that kind of green browny roof. Which in fairness, some people like the old effects, you know. Some people have sandstone walls that they don't want touching. So I'll leave that for me. I like that bit of character. But in this case, they've asked to get a bit of a refresh. I think it looks great. Done.